different than what I normally post, but as many of you guys know, today is September 11th, and 17 years ago today is when the World Trade Center was attacked. And I would like to say thank you, first of all, to all the men and women who sacrificed and died supporting our country. On this day, 17 years ago, I was being adopted from Almaty, Kazakhstan. As many of you guys know, in my first video that I posted, I'll leave in the iCard, that I was adopted from Almaty, Kazakhstan when I was 7 years old. I spent the first 7 years in an orphanage where I was in like a house with people my age, like in my age group, and we had caretakers who took care of us day and night, feed us, make sure that we had all our needs met. And during that time, being an orphanage was definitely not always fun. There were their highs and lows, but probably the biggest one that all of us wanted was we wanted to find a forever family. And so that was always our goal. Anytime we saw people come in, we really wanted to make sure that we fit into this family so that we could be adopted. And my adoptive parents, I was introduced to them when I was 5 years old. I got the awesome opportunity to go stay with them for 6 weeks, I believe, where I just got to do a lot of fun stuff like camping and just play games, go swimming, hang out with family, and that was really, really fun, and a very special time that I will never forget. But the day that I had to go back was definitely sad. It's always a little sad when you have to leave that, because you never know, are they gonna come back, or like, is that the family that you're gonna stay with? So that was always my worry, but my family made sure that I never forgot that. They always gave me like gifts like stickers and toys. And one thing to know is, in the orphanage, if you get gifts like toys and stuff, nothing is actually yours. Like, you don't get to keep it, you have to share with everyone. It's like a community toy basically. So once my family found that out, like, they started getting stuff for everyone, so no one felt left out and everyone felt special that they each got something of their own. But yeah, so fast forward 2 years, I definitely was getting a little worried. I was 7 by that time. I really wanted to be adopted and was happy with the day my parents came back, and when they walked through those doors and I saw them, I was so happy. I finally got a family, because there are many children that I watched would leave with their parents and then come back in the middle of the night because something went wrong and it just wasn't meant to be. And that was so heartbreaking. Like, watching those kids, I was so sad. Like, even thinking of it now just makes me really sad. But the day that it was my turn to have that excitement and hope, I was beyond overjoyed. I was so happy to know that I never had to worry about someone loving me. I never had to worry about like not having enough, that I would always be taken care of. And I apologize, this is a little bit emotional for me. I don't talk about this very often, but anywho, when I got adopted, it was a huge blessing, and I'm beyond grateful for my adoptive parents for adopting me. I also got to be adopted with my little brother, so it was pretty cool to see another, kid, especially that wasn't my age. It definitely was different because he cried and he just needed more attention, which, I mean, babies do need. So at first, when I saw that, it was kind of crazy, but I I got excited. I'm like, oh, I got a little brother now. And then I was told that I have two more siblings that were waiting for me back in America, and that I had family and friends that were waiting to meet us. Like, it made me feel so blessed to know that, like, people who haven't even seen me are excited for me to come to America, to stay in America forever. And that was overwhelming. uh, I do remember when we were supposed to leave, which is the September 11th. I know we were allowed to leave right away due to the attack on the World Trade Center. We waited, I think, about a week before we were able to come back or so. I'm not exactly entirely sure how long, but we eventually made it back to America, where we were greeted by friends and family. And I was definitely a little scared at first because that was a lot of people, and just coming to America was a culture shock. And I had never been on a plane. I just it was a lot of new things for me that I got to do. And at 7 years old, like, I don't remember a whole lot of it, but I do remember being on the airplane. It was a very long ride. And then once we finally landed and got to meet everyone, that was very, very uh, overwhelming, yet very fun to know that this is my family, this is where I'm going to be forever, and that I don't have to worry about going to orphanage. I have a house, I have a place to go whenever I want. So once I did come to America, I obviously didn't speak any English, and my parents were very good about helping make sure that I would learn it. We had books in the house that showed, like, what a, like, if it was a sink, like, this is a sink in America, and what it is in Russian. And my parents helped me with that book to learn it. I as well had a translator too for a while. But eventually, after about 6 months, I picked up English. I wasn't, like, super fluent in it, but I picked up enough that I could communicate with other people and state what I needed or wanted. Uh, but now, if we roll time, I don't actually know a lot of Russian. I kind of have lost a lot of it. I know, like, the basics, like, glasses are ochkis, and I know what grandma and grandpa is. It's babushka, dadushka, and yes and no. I just know, like, the basics, but not enough that I could speak fluently to another uh, Russian fluent person. But it is something that I do want to learn, and I hope to learn. It's a little confusing sometimes because in Kazakhstan or Russia, there's 33 letters in the alphabet, and here in America, we only have 26. And some of the lettering kind of gets confusing. Like, a B here in America is pronounced as a V in Russia, as well as an H here is pronounced as an N. So it's a little confusing, but I'm sure I'll pick it up if I really try. I could pick it up. But so yeah, it took me a little bit to learn English and just kind of process stuff. I was showered with a lot of gifts when I got here from my siblings and my parents and aunts and uncles and friends and grandparents. Like, I had a lot of love being poured out to me by little brother. So it was definitely a special day for me, and it makes me want to adopt when I'm older. And I would love to adopt from Kazakhstan or Russia, but right now that there's kind of a ban on that right now. At the end of 2012, Putin put a ban, signed like a agreement saying that American citizens couldn't adopt children from Russia or Kazakhstan. So that kind of sucks a little, but I hope it's lifted because it's very important to me. It's part of me, and it's a little piece of me that I'll always have, and I would love to share that with another kid. But yeah, so that is just a little snippet of my adoption, and I'd like to say thank you to all my family, to my parents who adopted me, as well as to my birth parents who put me up for adoption. Whatever the reason that was, I like to think it was because, they wanted a better life for me. and they knew they couldn't give that to me, so by putting me up for adoption, they knew that I could stand a chance. Uh, so grateful to them. Because of them, I would have never met my adopted parents that I have now, and my aunts and uncles and grandparents and friends that I have now. So thank you to all my friends, family, aunts and uncles, grandparents who are watching this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm very grateful to be in America, where I don't ever have to worry about not having anything. I have a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food on a plate. Like, I never have to know what it's like to go without anymore, and that is something that I will never take for granted, because I do remember what it was like to not have enough or want more but don't get more. So yeah, thank you to my family for loving me, supporting me, and making me the person I am today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you would like to see me do next. And once again, thank you to all of our heroic women and men who helped our country. This day will never be forgotten by anybody. It's a day that is always remembered. I will always remember today, as well as everybody else, but today is just a little more special for me than other people, because today is my gotcha day. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned